Who else here watched the movie Straw? I gotta say, that movie was a waste of my time. And I love me a good old Tyler Perry flick. She literally had them hostage in that bank and was forming an AA meeting. I don't fool with Tyler Perry, okay? I don't. I have not liked a Tyler Perry movie since A Family That Prays. I like Temptation. Oh, and I like me a couple, but we know that was because of Trevante. But for real, I like haven't found Tyler Perry's content enjoyable since then and the early Medea plays. Like I don't play with him like that. So when it came to Straw, I started the movie like this. Baby, I was ready to be like, look, Tyler, I ain't got time for this. Because even though I don't like his work, I will still watch it because, we got to support our people. It had Taraji in it. You had Tiana Taylor, Sherry Shepherd, okay? So I was definitely going to tune in and see what was what. I definitely started the movie with an attitude. I was looking at the screen like this, tapping my foot, ready to cut it off, okay? And I was highly annoyed in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, because it's like, bro, come on now. It just can't be this bad. Like from the boss being extra, from that cop being that extra, from the child getting taken away, from her getting put out, and then the decision she starts to make because, if I'm in a robbery and my little check is in there, baby, had a check, baby. I'm gonna make a police report, give it to who I need to give it to. Like, her taking the gun, shooting just to get a bloody check to give it to the bank teller see the blood on the check and tell her she need her ID and she don't got her ID, so then she pull a gun on the bank teller. It just was like, Tyler, please. But I kept going.
So, a lot of people have mixed reviews of the Tyler Perry movie, whatever. And some people say that they want to bring awareness to Black women's mental health. Okay? So a lot of people say that the movie is trying to bring awareness to Black women's mental health. And we all know it was only one thing that she didn't have in the whole movie. But let's let these Black women talk about it before we get to that.
No Tyler Perry slander will be tolerated because, baby, one thing he gonna do is give us a film. And one thing that film gonna do is spark some real serious conversation. And Straw did just that, baby. Easily one of his best. Easily one of his best. The film Straw is about a sister named Janiyah who has to face all of the isms that you can imagine. She has to deal with racism. She has to deal with ism. She has to deal with classism. She's dealing with all of the isms, right?
Now, I don't know if you guys saw the movie, but it's one sort of ism that she didn't have. She didn't have a manism. She didn't, a manism. So it's funny the way that we watch these Black women talk about the movie, how they won't mention she didn't have a man. So let's go.
Right. She is essentially sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I thought it was so beautiful that the cover of this film is a reflection of this old painting that many people, many grandmamas and big mamas and mamas have in their living room of a...
Ma'am, ain't no more big mamas. Ain't no more mamas. See, Black women have a way of just thinking that it's the weirdest shit I ever saw. They believe they live in the old times and they bring up historical racism and all this other shit. But you're a modern woman. You have left Big Mama. You despise Big Mama. But I want to see if she brings up how this woman, she has a pussy, but she ain't got no man.
That many people, many grandmamas and big mamas and mamas have in their living room of a Black woman sitting on the edge of the bed, head bowed, just tired. This film Straw is truly a depiction of the Malcolm X quote, the most disrespected person on this planet is the Black woman.
The most disrespected person in America is the Black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the Black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
Janaya is a single mother of a sickly child, and she's just trying to get $40 to take to her daughter's school so her daughter could be able to eat lunch.
Now, I'm not going to go there on this video, but people in my class, we understand. We want to go to why was that child sickly? Whole nother story, though.
Why? Because the school done embarrassed the baby and told her you can't get no more of the free lunch. Now, if you grew up in poverty, you know the free lunch she talk about. She talk about that peanut butter sandwich and that carton of milk that they.
Yo, when I watch all of the black stuff, when I watch these black people talk, when I watch hip hop, when I watch everything about being a black person, they almost make us like a novelty. Everything that we stood on is like some shit that could never be thought of again. We're like a novelty. And these people try to reflect on it to make their points. These people are sick. Hey, Platt said she means the most disrespectful person is the black woman. Oh, yeah. That's what they're trying to make this about mental health. But they're not trying to make it that, well, all she needed was a man.
They give you when you ain't got no money to pay for lunch and your reduced or free lunch plan hasn't kicked in yet. They give you that.
This is a great picture. Like I said before, only thing these black women illustrate is that they are dumber than a Mexican. Okay, a Mexican is gonna come here and she's gonna be just as poor as this woman was, but she's gonna have a man. Guess how much money her man make a day? $20 or $30 a day. But they're going to relieve each other off of regular things with the kids and everything. Black woman is so stupid that she's looking for a man to have a house and a car and everything, and she'll face stupidity like the way Tyler Perry. That's what Tyler Perry's trying to show you.
Whole lunch, the peanut butter sandwich. They told the baby, you can't get no more of this. Tell your mama to run that 40. Tell her to run that 40. So she spends the movie just trying to get the $40 to the school so that they don't take custody of her baby. Meanwhile, they also think she's abusing the child because the baby.
Yo, let's move on.
I'm a clinical psychologist, and you cannot pay me enough to watch Tyler Perry's Straw. I'm not going to watch it. I want to break down why from a psychological perspective. First of all,
Ma'am, how could you have a psychological perspective when you got stupid shit coming out of your scalp? That is not your hair. So you are fucked up in the head already. Let's go.
It's not a criticism of Taraji P. Henson. You could give Taraji P. Henson a blank sheet of paper and she would make it magical. She is that incredible. And I'm not criticizing Tyler Perry, the businessman, because he is without a doubt exceptional and is able to.
Yo, they turn on anybody, man.
To create this empire and employ all of these Black actors. And I think he should be commended for that. Absolutely. But when suffering is the main way a character is represented, especially when it's over and over again, it teaches the audience to associate that person's identity with pain.
Ma'am, that's what the Black woman stand on. I'm strong, I'm independent, I'm tired, I do it all by myself, I'm this, I'm that. Ma'am, he's only depicting life. Art depicts life.
And we know he likes a great Black female character who's been abused, who's been abandoned, who's been coerced.
Ain't nobody do nothing to this woman. See, that's the best part about this movie. Nobody did nothing to this woman.
Always in survival mode. And what he's showing us is that pain is inherent for Black women. And that's just not true. It's almost like the suffering is the point and that it is inevitable. And that's not all Black women's stories.
Well, what's the happy black woman story? How she separated from Big Mama, separated from her family, became a corporate success, and she drives BMWs and take yacht trips. What is? I mean, is there any other success story other than that?
You can make the argument, well, he's trying to tell a certain black woman's story. But when you are the face of black media, like you are the person people think of, and this is all that you were able to produce, what message are you sending to the world? I made it a point to stop watching movies about slavery. That is like trauma corn for white people. And it was 12 Years a Slave that helped me make that decision. Unless it is some unusual perspective, like Django, for example, I'm not watching it. I'm not. And Tyler Perry's current body of work falls into that category for me. There is an exception, like when I
Let's move on, man. Like you already see, I mean, you could tell that woman ain't got a drop of sexiness in her body.
Do I watch Tyler Perry movies just so that I can critique and talk trash about him afterwards? Absolutely. Yes, I do. I'm one of those people. As much trash as I talk about his movies, I still be somewhere watching it. I had to accept it. But this one, when I say he brought the struggle, he loved to have a black woman struggle. But this one, I mean, he really thought of every way.
Ma'am, the black woman don't have another story other than she became a success. She abandoned Big Mama traditions and she abandoned everything about the black community, and she was a success on her own. That's the only other story that she has. Why do you want just that out there?
Possibly struggle in life and threw it in one movie. He gave a single struggling mother working 2 jobs. He threw in a sick child.
And the first thing she was supposed to do was go get her a good man.
A job that she's almost ready to get fired from. She already on her last leg with this job, and then she gets a phone call from the daughter's school saying that the daughter's sick again. And when she gets to the school, they taking the daughter from her. If that ain't bad enough, while she's back on her way to work from getting her daughter taken from her at the school, she ends up in a car accident with a police officer who ran her off the road. Said police officer who ran her off the road wanted.
Ma'am, you know what? I think I got it. Tyler Perry, this movie, I hate to say this, guys, because when people talk black fatigue, they're only talking about the Gladiator BW. Listen, when they talk, black men ain't in the way. Okay? This Tyler Perry movie was about black fatigue.
It was communicating threats. She ends up getting her car towed. She finally make it back to work, being dripped in rain because it's raining. While all of this is taking place and her getting ran off the road and the police officer threatening her, it's raining. So she comes back to work soaking wet just to get fired. While getting fired, she's saying, well, at least can I get my last check? Boss like, nah, you ain't getting that last check. I'm gonna put it in the mail.
They mad. They are so pissed off, guys.
Tyler Perry really said, I don't even really think you know what a bad day is, but you're gonna find out. I only watched the beginning.
This is a big woman.
Beginning of Screw. And in the first 20 minutes, Taraji woke up to her house dirty, neighbors being loud.
Now, hold on, guys. Let's break this down. See, this is what, when we say all black women are the same, that's what we mean. So this woman is big. She is really big, but guess what? She has the same face that every other black woman has.
Neighbors being loud. Her daughter was in the hospital last night. Then she find out her daughter's getting bullied by her teacher because they po. Then she got to take the daughter to school, and they
all wear this clown makeup. They all wear this clown looking makeup.
Tyler Perry, out of all of your movies, this one right here was strong, and you picked the right actress to play the lead role. You really did that. This right here shows what every black single mothers have to go through. And this right here, it shows it. I was like, I mean, I didn't really like, the tears, because I really don't like watching movies with, because you do a lot of crying or whatever. I'm just not the type of person. But this right here, this just shows you like what we go through in society as black people. Like, even though Tyler Perry knows to show, you know, whenever you have black people in movies, it shows that black people are struggling. But this right here shows you what, you know, single mothers go through, you know, or if you're a single parent, period. I mean, this lady, she's showing, we're not really showing, but oh man.
She stop the show. Stop the show. She's showing that life without a man. That's all they're showing. That her life, she's trying to live her life without a man. It's unmanageable. That's all this movie shows. Because she could have a man. That's the only thing that they made sure that they didn't put in the movie. Nah. You know why? Because she ain't nice enough to be with one.
You know, everything was going bad for her all at once. Like, there is no way. Then she had a mental breakdown and she was losing her mind. Like, that just shows you never know what a person is going through. That's why I always treat people how I want to be treated, because you don't know what they're going through mentally. So even if someone is having a good day, bad day, y'all, you have to treat people how you want to be treated. So Tyler Perry, you really did that with this movie.
Yo, our sisters, brothers, man, oh man.
So y'all, everybody is talking about the Tyler Perry movie Straw, and I just want to give a honest review on the movie. I like the movie. I think the actors did an amazing job. However, I will not be watching it again. You know how there's just some movies you just watch one time and one time was enough. Although it was a good movie, you just would not be watching it again. Straw was one of those movies. So, of course, we know Tyler Perry, I don't say glorifies the struggle, but, you know, he pretty much, all his movies are about struggle, mainly with...
Ma'am. What are all the successful black women? How many movies can you make? You know, he's basically telling you more of you are struggling than making it.
The black community, mainly within black women. And, you know, it would be nice to see something else happening with black women, but that's his niche and that's just what he's...
Ma'am, if all black women just stood up and get married, then Tyler Perry would make those movies. How all black women are married and they love their men, then Tyler Perry would make those movies. He's only making the movies of what you are.
Get it, got it. As a mother and as a single mother, I just...
Stop the show. Got her. As a single mother, okay?
As a mother and as a single mother, I just personally feel like it was just a little bit too much for me. I'm personally thankful that although single motherhood is hard, I'm thankful that I've never had it that hard. And for a lot of people, it went over their head. The woman was in grief. And a lot of times as women, as people, as women, as mothers, we don't even have time to process what we're going through because we just have to keep going.
No, you don't. You could get a man and cater to that man.
And honestly, we all one tragedy away from clocking the hell out. I'm just being honest with you. Like, we all just one tragedy away from clicking out of reality.
So do you think you're a good person to be in a relationship with if that's your mindset? Oh, so that's the reason why you stay by yourself. Yo, brothers, our sisters have led us to to doom.
That's what she did. She couldn't even grasp the concept that her daughter was gone because all she knew is to go. Not even process the emotion, just go.
I'm glad she said that. Now, in the movie, right, she said all the woman was processed to just go. Now, she's right. Guess what she was processed to just go do, y'all? Not clean her apartment, go work at a fucking grocery store. You ain't doing shit, bitch. You working at a grocery store. Fucking kidding me? What you mean all she knew to just go? They be acting like they doing something. Ma'am, you're working at a grocery store. You need a man.
Everyday life. And to be honest, I don't think anyone would be able to handle something happening all the time, whether it's an unhappy home life, whether it's a crappy job, illness with your children, car trouble, just something going on at every turn. That's enough to make anyone click out.
That's why most good people, we have, first of all, you have family, and then you get with a man or a woman opposite sex, and you guys help each other and you work together.
And I just felt like the movie was relatable, but it was just a little bit too relatable for me.
Right. It's rough out there, King.
Tyler Perry's new movie is going to have you saying two things. One is that men suck. Two is that Taraji P. Henson is that girl.
Whoa. She said men suck. How does men suck?
Tyler Perry's new movie is going to have you saying two things. One is that men suck. Two is that Taraji P. Henson is that girl. Straw is a movie about a single mother who becomes the main suspect in a crime she didn't mean to commit after having one of the worst days of her life. I'm 1,000.
You hear that? I hope y'all hear the recurring thing. She's having the worst day of her life, so that gives her excuse to be an asshole. That's all this is. But men suck.
When Tyler Perry sat down to write this movie, he basically said, let me think of every possible worst scenario that could ever happen to a Black woman and just put it all together in a movie. Because that is exactly what this was. This woman's day went from bad to worse to insane by the end. Now, full disclaimer, I typically don't watch a lot of Tyler Perry movies because a lot of them are shit. But I will say, while this is not his worst movie, it is one of the more entertaining ones that is actually watchable. Taraji honestly carried this film. She's really...
Yo, this movie is horrible, son. Like, they are so upset. You hear me? Let's hear what homie said.
What up? I normally don't do this type of reaction at all, but this got me so heated, bro. Y'all excuse me, this is real low vibe, but we just got to speak up, bro. We need to bring Tyler Perry front and center, bro. Man, listen, y'all. When y'all check out this movie, Straw, bro, y'all go check out this dude portrayal of the Black community. Y'all excuse me, everybody else. But we got to bring Tyler in here, like, right now. Bro, he make Black people seem so disgusting in the first. It's despicable. You know what I'm saying? I understand, Tyler, you came out and said you had it was hell growing up in your household. You feel me? But you got to stop projecting that hate onto all of Black America, bro. You understand? All of our history in the hood wasn't horrible like you got it. Man, they got a scene in here, man, where Taraji go to the grocery store to work, and it's just everybody in the store ratchet. You feel me? Ain't none of the Black people got respect. Everybody, it just looked horrible. Then the manager come out and he yelling at her, screaming at her that she need to run to her register. He talking down to her like he a slave master. Like, bro, we talking about this supposed to be a reality-based movie. We understand life is hard, but come on, man. You throwing Black folks way under the bus with this one, Tyler. You got to, you need to do some image corrections on your movies. I don't know what type of Black folks you grew up around.
Hey, yo, and you know what? This guy's right, but he don't understand. We have been outnumbered by the feminist movement. So it doesn't matter what we think as straight men, brother. It don't matter. See, that's what he don't understand. We have to just be a part of this shit. It's wild what they did to our Black community. Like, he can't tell no Black man story. They don't give a fuck. See that? but you got to put everything through the black woman. That's what they did to us. And this dude is upset, and I understand his anger, but he don't understand.
What if I said I feel like y'all are being a bit disingenuous about the critiques of this new Tyler Perry movie, and y'all are simply following the trend to be shady about Tyler Perry? There are valid criticisms that could be thrown towards Tyler Perry. And as a writer myself, I think that it's important we open up the space for collaboration. And that'll always be my one true thing and critique that I give Tyler.
We are fucked up, guys.
Who's seen that Tyler Perry movie Straw? Because I'm up at 6 a.m. for no good reason. I don't gotta be at work until 9. So I figured I might as well throw in a movie. But my cousin told me that I shouldn't watch it because it's gonna trigger me. So I don't know if I should start my day like this real quick. Who's seen that? Let me know. Do I watch it and waste some time, right?
That's a big woman, son. That's a big woman there, Pimpin'.
First of all, y'all, Tyler Perry, how do your brain function? Like, how do you know how to hit all of us at the same time? Taraji Lene, Monique Lamaya, P. Henson. Girl, well, I tell you, I feel like you each and every day. I felt her. I felt Janaya, girl. Bitch, imagine you every day getting up with just a little bit to try to make it. And instead of people giving you grace, they hold you accountable for what you should know. And now,
did you hear that? Did you hear that? Instead of people giving you grace, they hold you accountable. Why? Because you ain't got no man.
Getting up with just a little bit to try to make it. And instead of people giving you grace, they hold you accountable for what you should know and not for what you have now. Imagine that. Oh, girl. It hit me, baby. It hit me, baby. Mr. Good God, what's his name? Y'all know how in the wheelchair when he said she gave me something to eat. I'm here for. Oh.
Yo, that's a great point. I'm glad she said that. So, Sinbad, the comedian Sinbad, was a bum in a wheelchair, right? Yo, y'all ain't gonna like this. So, the only good black man in the movie was a bum in a wheelchair that didn't have shit. So he was just the good man of the movie. Yo, the shit was wild, you know? But the star was the black woman because that's what she want to be. And so she was poor and she would give Sinbad 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? And Sinbad was like, yo, she a good woman. That bitch is poor and she still give me 50 cents. Like, yo, what?
Tiana, you in that damn wig, girl. You in that wig, girl. Who told you to get up there like that? You in that wig, girl.
Hold on.
Tyler Perry was doing the most. No, you needed the most. You needed the most because I think that what we are missing in our community is a real understanding of what it looks like when people are suffering and how people around them, not just the person who is suffering, but how people around them are responding to the suffering. Because we want Black women to fall gracefully. We love a triumph story. We love she held it all in. No, giving Black women the permission to fall apart is important. Without y'all saying she's difficult. Without y'all saying she got a problem. She's too much. She a demon. She's soulless.
Wow. Did y'all hear that? But Kevin Samuels had told us about this. I don't know why she said those words.
women when they fall apart. Instead of saying, what happened, girl? Are you okay? How can I support you? It's constant. Why aren't you performing?
Yo, damn, I gotta go get that Kevin clip. The world doesn't owe you understanding. Oh shit, Kevin was telling him. The world doesn't owe you understanding. Wow. Wow. Do I have that Kevin clip? The world doesn't owe you a Yo, Kevin had these bitches pegged, son. Damn.
When Taraji or whatever, Janaya, when in the film, every time Janaya was struggling and needed support, I saw other Black people being the folks who were rejecting her. The people who were asking her to be strong, reminding her of, you're failing right now, whatever she is lacking. The manager, baby, I was on the edge of my seat, ready to swing on him. Where's your compassion?
There you have it, Black man. And when we said to the Black woman, where's your compassion for deleting all of these babies, not letting these babies be born? They didn't give a fuck. But she want compassion because she's walking around with a pussy, won't give it and cater to a man, and she'll live her life struggling until she falls apart. Now, if that ain't a dummy, you tell me.
Swing on them. Where's your compassion? But we don't want to see mental health on screen. You don't want to see mental health on screen because you don't want to have to face the fact that you're going to have to make changes to be in community with people. It's not just people who are struggling with mental health who need to be the people who need to give grace. It's also the people who are in community with people with mental health diagnosis who also need to give grace. And y'all don't want to do that. So you're struggling to see it because y'all want to continue to perpetuate this narrative that Black women got attitude problems. No, Black women are anxious. Black women are depressed. Black women are tired. Are you not
So, with that being said, Black woman, do you think men should be after women like that? Do you want what's best for your Black brother? Do you think Black men should be with people that's fucked up like that? You don't hear me, though.
Y'all want to continue to perpetuate this narrative that Black women got attitude problems. No, Black women are...
Hey, yo, that shit is crazy. Sis, let me ask you a question, sis. Which one would you rather? Black women have attitude problems and live life of a sane mind, or Black women are messed up and on medication? Which one would you rather?
This narrative that Black women got attitude problems. No, Black women are anxious. Black women are depressed. Black women are tired. Are you not reading what is happening in this country?
What? What? Well, why white women ain't going through that with their husbands?
Have y'all not seen that anxiety is at a all-time high in this country?
Now, she's almost... I'm not going to get pissed off at her. Hey, Platt, I'm not going to get pissed off because you know I could type in how they got on all these drugs, how they got on this depression. I could go down the whole scientific rabbit hole, but we're not going to do that. We got class at 3. But she is pissing me off. I'll give you that. Especially some overweight bitch that can't even do right for her own sexiness.
What do you think it is? It creates rage. It creates delusions. It creates sadness.
Ma'am, do you think your brother should be with a woman like that? Do you think your son should be with a woman like that?
It creates rage. It creates delusions. It creates sadness. It creates insomnia. It creates hallucinations.
Who the fuck would want their man? Why would you want your son to be with people like that? They're crazy. They're crazy.
It makes people distrust. So yeah, I'ma say it because y'all too scared to say it. Tyler Perry did a good job. He need to create making films. He need to continue to make films. Sorry. Just like this. Until y'all get it. That's all I got.
There you have it, fam. I try to give you what your sisters think about you. I know. It's all about the man.
And since I have a little extra time, let's just yap about it. Because I'm sick of y'all saying y'all don't understand why people crying due to the Tyler Perry Straw movie. Have you lost your entire mind? You don't understand? How people robbing Peter to pay Paul? How we scraping up pennies, nickels, and dimes to go get gas so we can get to the jobs that don't pay us no.
Go get a man. You and a man work at the same job. You will be better off. Yo, these black, don't you get what you're saying, black sister?
Due to the Tyler Perry Straw movie. Have you lost your entire mind? You don't understand? How people robbing Peter to pay Paul? How we scraping up pennies, nickels, and dimes to go get gas so we can get to the jobs that don't pay us no money?
Oh, so you would go to a job that don't pay you no money rather than catering, loving a man that could take a load off of you. Wow. Now I'm starting to get it.
You missed that?
Now I get it.
You just floating along in life. Ain't none of it even registered in your brain. None of it? Okay. You're also telling me that you ain't never had so many thoughts in your mind that you can't even focus on in the moment. You're at work trying to thrive and do what you got to do to get by, but your mind's still thinking about that light bill that's due at 3 o'clock.
So are you black women independent and happy, or are you independent and sad? Which one is it?
Oh, but you can relate. Everybody and their mama like, he always making struggle movies. No, he don't. He's made plenty of movies that were very much so not struggle movies. But when he do make a struggle movie, I'ma tune in. Seeing her, I just swallowed a freaking seed. Her little po baby, I'm not gonna give y'all a spoiler, sitting in the tub, okay? Talking about she need $40. And as the mama, she knows she don't got $40. She trying to figure out how she gonna get the $40. But the little baby's so innocent, she don't even know what's going through her mama mind. But you can't relate? Wait.
Hey guys, hey, we got a class coming up, man. Because these bitches are outright crazy. Hold on, I messed up. Hold on. Let's see what your homeboy said before we get up out of here.
That Tyler Perry Straw movie was weak as hell. It was weak as hell. Tyler Perry cannot finish a movie, bro. He cannot, bro. He's not a good producer, bro. He sucked. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. He sucked. He don't know how to get to a climax within the first.
This dude, yeah, that's what I say. I don't know what's good with the brothers.
Yo, have y'all seen the Tyler Perry movie Straw? Listen, now, I'm not a Tyler Perry fan because all his movies is, predictable and the storylines are, I know what to expect. However, man, I sat down and watched Straw. Kudos, Tyler Perry. Best one yet, my guy. Taraji P, you played that thing, girl. You did it. Now,
what is he do?
You did it. Now, just because it wasn't in the theater, I don't know if it qualifies.
He ain't really talking about nothing, man. Yeah, so that's what it was, man. It's the weirdest shit. It's a movie that pissed black women off for some odd reason. They all know what black women go through. They chose to work and shit like that instead of being with a man. Everybody knows your story, sis.
So I've decided I'm not gonna watch that movie Straw because here's some reasons I have. Number one.
Yo, you know what? I do have a story. So I didn't know about the movie either, right? So my gladiator say, hey, it's this Tyler Perry movie Straw and shit like that. And you know, people were talking about it, and she was like, you know, I ain't watching it though. I'm like, okay, because I don't give a fuck about no Tyler Perry movie. So and then I see people talk. I said, oh, so she's one of my gladiator's one of these bitches. She don't want to see it. Yo, these people are something else, man. Something else.
One thing Tyler Perry gonna do in these movies is keep a bitch poor.
What kind of mother would leave her kid in the closet?
Oh, we don't have family. We live in the real world.
And I don't?
Tell me how much the gallon of milk costs. You don't even know.
Getting her ass beat.
What you doing bringing him in my house? And I've been calling you. I've been calling you all day.
Needing help. Struggling.
She's forced down a path she never imagined. She becomes caught in a web of suspicion, blame, and desperation, struggling to survive in a world that barely notices she exists.
And getting saved by some man. Preferably a light-skinned poetic man in a horrible braid wig.
Hey, y'all, this woman ain't get saved. This bitch went to jail. You hear me? Just like we watch on all these body cam, these body cam videos that we watch, that bitch went to jail. You hear me? Ain't no man come save this woman. Just like the body cam. That's the matter of fact, that's a good analogy. Just like the body cam footage, she went to jail just like the rest of them. See, because they have taken being a lady out of their life. Like that's like some foul code into the systemic program. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they reject that shit. So at any moment, a black woman could be quote unquote unladylike because being ladylike is such a fucking chore. Shit is wild.
I'm so excited to be a part of Straw. I'm so excited for the world to see Straw.
Oh, that's Tiana Taylor, they said. Okay.
So Netflix just dropped the trailer for Tyler Perry's new Netflix movie.
We not doing that. We not doing none of that. Well, I'm lying. Matter of fact, we got a little bit of time before the class. So I do have some things that I want to go over with y'all, man. And yeah, this is some transgender shit. I'm sorry, but it's about the babies. It's about the babies.
Gender train. And then everything had to be changed. Women's rights had to be just.
This is that we are categorizing.
The bottom line with all sports of this nature is that if somebody like LeBron James decided to take up pickleball and really worked hard at it for a year, he would hammer you into oblivion, and there'd be nothing you could do about it.
Well, I'm so glad that you brought all this stuff up. And the first thing,
I want y'all to hear this stuff about the children.
Everyone lived quite happily as male or female. That's absolutely fine. The fairness, the equality report is that I am a male. And by the way, if I took you on at pickleball with enough training, I would win. You know, it's actually why the transgender debate in women's sport is also obviously wrong. Let me bring in you here, Sarah, because you are a semi-pro pickleball player. Pickleball, I know, is a very fast-growing sport, and
he would have that Amin Khalif was a male.
Yes,
and I think that is part of. Identify things with lab reports all you want.
Here we go.
No, male biology. We're categorizing what is male. Hang on. No. It's not about femininity. It's about identifying male biology when we see it with our own eyes.
Identify things with lab reports all you want, but if we are putting out this propaganda that you have to look a specific way, and if it's obvious that you look masculine, then you're going to go under a microscope of people who do not like the fact.
Hang on, Sarah. No, it's when you look that way and it's already known that you, the year before, failed a sex test, which meant you were banned from the World Championships.
Might say that about
it's the two things going together. It's like, oh, hang on. This person was banned for testing positive, apparently, for male chromosomes. Cue the lab report, which now confirms that. and is now competing in women's sport in the Olympics in a boxing ring where her women opponents are quitting after 40 seconds because they've never been hit that hard. I'm putting all these three things together and I'm saying, this is wrong. Why aren't you?
Now, the problem, though, is that if you're putting that out, and sure, there might be certain things that say, hey, well, what about the, you know, the accusations that she's a male and stuff? The fact that
She is a man.
Many lesbian women or women who do not look feminine enough. Yes, I'm not
It's
denying
nothing to do with the way she looks. I'm sorry, Sarah.
What I'm here
I don't care how she looks. She could be 8 foot tall.
Hold on. Now, they are hijacking the woman's gender, but let's check this other thing out. Hold on.
Advantage, muscle mass, lung capacity, blah, 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 blah. It's why we separate the sexes. Otherwise, in the Olympics, women wouldn't win any gold medals or silver or bronze.
Not true.
Actually, women would win.
I've got a good idea for
I think
you.
I read
I've
a
got
survey
good
that said
idea.
women might win 2 medals in the entire Olympics if they made it gender neutral, which would be a disgrace. Now, Dr. Webley, why are you
I've
as a
got a good
doctor
idea
trying to
for you.
ignore biology?
I haven't been able to speak yet, so I don't know why I'm being
Feel
accused of
free, fire
ignoring
away.
it. Thank you. I've got a really good idea, right? There's a load of debate about puberty blockers and gender affirming care among
Here, listen, puberty blockers and gender affirming care. Listen.
it. Thank you. I've got a really good idea, right? There's a load of debate about puberty blockers and gender affirming care amongst transgender people worldwide. If we let transgender young people, transgender feminine young people, have access to the puberty blockers and gender.
If we let transgender young people have access to puberty blockers, puberty, guys, you get puberty at 13.
And gender affirming care amongst transgender people worldwide. If we let transgender young people, transgender feminine young people, have access to the puberty blockers and gender affirming hormones that they are asking to have, then they wouldn't build that muscle mass, they wouldn't have increased skeletal size, and they.
You hear that? If we give this stuff to the children young, they won't have muscle mass. Their body would deteriorate from starting at 13.
Young people, transgender feminine young people, have access to the puberty blockers and gender affirming hormones that they are asking to have, then they wouldn't build that muscle mass, they wouldn't have increased skeletal size, and they wouldn't have.
What age are you going to do this?
Well, you usually get puberty blockers when puberty starts. That's
What age are you going to do this to kids?
Well, I just answered when puberty starts.
Give me
you
an
got
age.
it. Well, puberty starts between the age of around about 8 to 11.
You're going to
depending
give
on whether you've got
8-year-old.
Whoa, she said 8 to 11. She's going to start giving children puberty blockers so they couldn't compete in the Olympics. Yo.
Puberty blockers when puberty starts. That's
What age are you going to do this to kids?
Well, I just answered when puberty starts.
Give me
you
an
got
age.
it. Well, puberty starts between the age of around about 8 to 11.
You're going to
depending
give
on whether you've got
8-year-olds
testicles or
drugs
ovaries.
to try and resolve this problem. Have you learned nothing from the whole Tavistock clinic thing? Well, I don't think it's funny. I'm a father of 4 kids, including a 13-year-old girl. I don't think any of this is funny. The fact that your
Well, I told you
solution is
there
to
because
drug is to
I'm a
block
mother of
puberty
5
for 8-year-old kids. Really?
I'm a mother of 5 children, and I believe that every single child deserves the right to live their best life.
Absolutely fine.
And for
As Tommy said,
for some
nobody has a
children, that is
problem.
transgender
You can
life.
live as a dog or a cat, as far as I'm concerned. It's
No,
fine.
I don't think I'd let my children do that.
Well,
Sorry.
actually, there are kids at school called furries who go as a cat. And I
We've
said,
had this argument time and time again.
and my
We're not talking
solution,
about
by the way,
furries.
my solution is I would absolutely respect their right to be a little furry cat, and I would give them a little litter tray outside the thing where they could go and
well, I
urinate,
wouldn't.
and I give
I
them
wouldn't
cat food.
as a
And trust
doctor,
me,
and
after
I
2
wouldn't
days,
as a
they're
mother.
back being girls again. Tommy,
Here's- I have a
Tommy,
question.
the
I have a
answer,
question. I
Tommy,
really
hang
like-
on,
I'd
Sarah.
like to ask
So,
you.
hang on, don't talk at once. Tommy, the answer apparently is to give puberty blockers to 8-year-olds.
Zero down on a new vehicle today. At Mazda New Rochelle, you'll get the vehicle you deserve with a payment you can.
So my
Years.
question.
That's called child abuse. And the fact that you have somebody on this panel that is advocating for the ability to debilitate young boys so that they have gender delusion, so that their body is now being mutilated, their actual biology.
There you have it, guys. That's what I wanted to show y'all, man. This shit is out of control. You hear me? They're going too far, man. And that's why people was like, you're going after the children. You hear it here. They're going after the children. Why can't that child grow up and we don't condone it, but make their own decision once they become grown? Like, this is crazy. You know how it is. When you was in like 8th grade or whatever, you knew somebody was going to be gay when they grew up. You know how it is. So you get some of those or whatever. But even that person knew he had to like grow up before he could, do this. Don't turn out other babies. But whatever. Let's move on, man. We got a class coming up, dog. All right, we got a class coming up. I'll give you a spoiler on something else.
We've been get into. So I'm glad that you showed up today because we need you to be a part of the conversation. And then we have the lady who has a master's. So she is going to be bringing some value to the conversation as well. And last but not least, rounding up the rear, social media. It was this guy who was this bitch ass dude who was in the car and he didn't want to go in because
calling some guy a bitch ass dude. Yo, these women are rough on you guys, but it ain't me. It ain't them. It's me. It's you. They don't care.
this bitch ass didn't want to make no more money because he only made $8 an hour and he needed. Let's watch the video. Bitch ass video.
Bro, I've been sitting in this car for about 2 hours now because I refuse to go inside and be with my wife. Like, I hate her that much. The only reason why I'm with her is because I'm broke and I don't have nowhere else to go. Like, I can't afford to rent on my own. And she makes more money than me. So, I mean, if I was to get a good job tomorrow, I'd be gone just like that. With a woman I really want. But I can't afford the woman I want, so I got to settle for her. Literally. If we're being honest, I think I'm doing her a favor. Because she got low self-esteem anyway, and she bad built. So, she should be lucky that I'm with her, if that makes sense. So, I don't feel guilty about it. But, I mean, you know, some got to give because I can't keep doing this. Like, I could be with somebody I really want. But I refuse to do more, you know? I'm kind of comfortable with being nothing.
Wait, did he say that she was bad built?
So we're gonna cover that as well, okay, guys?
He said she was bad built. He said, what? She got low self-esteem and she bad built? Is that what this man said?
Yeah, and not uncomfortable with being nothing.
And she beat
like
his
he
ass.
ain't
That's what's going on. She's beating his ass. He's scared to go up in the house. What? All right, I'm gonna leave you for last, Dr. Felice, because this is some shit. I want to ask you, Tiara, what makes of you of this video? Is this a bitch ass dude or what?
Definitely. You know, it's so interesting. Even if he is just playing, or, you know, I know there were some conversations about him dating. I know that men feel this way. I know that there's real men in the world that hate their wives. And I know it's a quick round robin, but I just know men that hate their wives. And I actually had a family member who was, you know, a victim.
So that's what we're going to talk about as well later. And the theme that you must understand is always men are evil. Don't get caught up in anything else. A poor man's evil, a rich man's evil, her family member's evil, the shit we watched earlier about whatever the fuck we was watching. Men come into play as the straw shit. The straw shit. Men are evil. And it's messed up that black women feel like that about us, man. That shit really hurts black men's feelings, man. That shit is crazy, and they do the shit on purpose. Shit is crazy that they just because he's poor, that don't mean she gonna like a nigga with money any better. He's a bitch ass nigga too. Shit is wild how they do brothers, man. That's why we're doing class at 3. All right, so let me reset. Oh boy, shit ain't resetting, son.